Hello YouTube, how's it going? Arrow the Comic Chief here. We're going to continue with some super reviews. So hey YouTube, we are finally getting into Action Comic.
Whosoever watches this channel, if he or she be worthy, shall acquire the knowledge from the Comic Chief.
I just finished my Man of Steel series review, so if you haven't seen that, please check it out. I'm also filming my Superman 1 review right after this. Okay, so for a first issue, I do have to say it wasn't wild as Man of Steel was for me, but it wasn't slow either. I think DC and Bendis totally Goldilocks this, and it's just right. Bendis is penning not one but two Superman titles, so he is the man behind this script. The art is beautifully done by Gleason. I got that cover B, and while I usually don't like variants, I found that DC's cover Bs are really damn good. So the variant was done by Francis Manipool and features Superman flying high above Metropolis. So, Action Comics does what it naturally should do in the first Bendis issue. Action. Right off the bat. Superman is getting machine gunned by two thugs in what looks like a war zone in the city and a helicopter lifting off. I kinda like this first panel of Superman's super speed catching all the bullets. Superman is stopping crime, but also questioning those he comes into contact with about who could be behind this series of arson fires that have been plaguing Metropolis. After Superman interrogates the bad guys, he flies up to the helicopter and apparently smashes it to smithereens. We cut to the Daily Planet, who in the Man of Steel opener we learned that Perry White might have sold the paper just to keep it afloat. So they were having a hard time competing with digital and visual news. Print was dead. So Perry is there, joined by Jimmy Olsen, Trish Q, Robinson Goode, various reporters, and Clark Kent. Clark Kent just broke the story he just lived as Superman to the staff, and they're trying to figure out what the two thugs were trying to steal from Lex Luthor's office, and where Lex was behind all this. Robinson mentions that a kid showed up to the local fire department station and said Superman started the arson fires. This is the big cliffhanger we left off in the last issue of Man of Steel. So we cut to Superman paying Deputy Fire Chief Moore a visit at the Metropolis Fire Department, and he asks her about the boy, and at this point it seems like Moore might believe the kid's accusations. She's hesitant to help Superman, but reluctantly gives in. We cut to the kid at the school's football field, and he immediately knew he was in trouble. Superman brings him to meet the fire chief at one of the arson buildings, and the kid confesses that he was paid off to say Superman did it by a bald man. At this point, Moore is still reluctant to trust Superman's word, and the writing in these pages, I'm telling you, they're actually pretty great, because Superman doesn't use his superpowers to get the boy to go straight. For example, he doesn't play bad cop, but plays good cop and tells the kid he has to go volunteer every night after school for 1 week as retribution. Superman has a heart of gold, and yeah. So next we come across a page with Clark Kent at the Daily Planet staring at a computer screen with at least a dozen bald suspects. Could it be Lex Luthor? Nah, it couldn't be that easy. So he's interrupted by Trish Q, the gossip columnist who seemed kind of shady during the Man of Steel series, and she's really getting pushy and getting into Clark's personal business and actually brings up that Lois left him for Superman. If you don't know what happened to Lois and John Kent, please do yourself a favor, turn this off, read Man of Steel, and or check out my playlist. And Robinson Goode, Robinson Goode is staring at Trish and Clark, and then we cut to a panel of Superman seemingly storming off via flight from the Daily Planet. And someone's voice is speaking via radio communications and talking to a man with dozens of screens tracking through Superman through flight. Could it have been Robinson Goode telling this man? Not sure. It's just the way that the panel is sequenced that leads me to believe this. He refers to this as a special occasion and is ordered to send out a call. We cut to a lonesome house or a mansion on some estate with lots of land, and a meeting was called. There's a man, I think it's Mr. Strong, yeah, it is, sitting with a group of people. One person claimed that he is the one who paid off the kid to say that Superman started the fires. He's immediately scolded by Mr. Strong for his foolish mistake, saying that it could lead Superman toward them. When you think Mr. Strong was the man with a plan and the main villain, he makes it clear that she is calling the shots and was going to punish the foolish person who paid the kid off to lie. So the very next page has a large red cloud engulfing the soon-to-be dead thug. Mr. Strong is drinking a glass of champagne as the cloud does its business, and after the thug is dead, forms in a person shaped as a female. She was the red cloud, as Mr. Strong said, the newest member of the family. So this red cloud actually looks pretty awesome. She speaks too, and the red on black font really pops. She stares everyone in the room in the face and says she is their new personal hell. She seems like a genuinely badass character. So yeah, we cut to a final page, which makes me wonder what the hell is going on, because I thought Lois Lane was on a spaceship. She's actually at the Drake Hotel, writing, tapping away on the keyboard about what she has a notepad, I don't know, and it says The Secrets of Lois Lane, then My Secret, which is crossed out, The Power of Something, crossed out, Truth, Justice, and the Kryptonian Way, Married an Alien from Outer Space, and the something something, it was crossed out. What the hell is this, Lois Lane? Is she the Red Cloud? Where's John? What's going on? So yeah, tune in for the next episode of my Superman Bendis reviews. This is Errol the Comic Chief, going offline.